So let's talk about point-slope form. In order to write an equation in point-slope form, you need two things. You need a slope and you need a point. Now this is what point-slope form looks like, this equation here. It looks very complex, but it's important to know that the only things that we need to know are going to be the things that are in color here. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to first find our slope, and we're going to use that to replace this m value. And then the x and the y value of the point that we have, they go here. Your x1 is the x value from your point, and your y1 is going to be the y value of your point. Let me show you what I mean. So here we have a graph. Now remember, we need a point and a slope. So if I'm going to start off finding my slope, I'm going to look for my rise and my run on this line. I have a rise of 1 and a run of 2. So my slope is 1 over 2, 1/2. Then I can find a point. I can use any point that's on this line. So I'm going to take this point here. I need its ordered pair. So from my origin, the ordered pair here is going to be 3, 1. Now this is going to be the x1 value and the y1 value that's in our formula. So all we do is we take our formula, our equation here, and we substitute in our values. So this first y stays the same, and it's going to be y minus y1. Remember, y1 is the y value of your point. That's going to equal our slope, our m. So we're going to find our slope value, which is right here. That goes in for our m, and then we're going to keep going. Parentheses x minus, and then our x1 value, which is the x value of our point, which is 3. Okay, we'll do one more graph, and then I'm going to show you something else here. So again, here's why we like point-slope. I didn't really talk about why we would have point-slope. If you look at this situation, I can find my slope, but is it possible here to find my intercept? My intercept isn't an exact number, so I couldn't use slope-intercept form. So this is another way to write an equation of a line when you can't easily identify what your intercept is. Okay, I forgot to kind of mention that. So here is our slope. It's going to be up 1 over 3. It's a positive slope, so it's going to be positive 1 over 3. And then again, I just need the value of a point. So this point right here has an ordered pair over 2 up 1. Over 2 up 3. Okay, and remember that's going to be our x1 and our y1. And then we just plug everything into our equation, into our formula. So what I'm going to have is y minus y1, which is this 3 value, and that's going to equal my slope, that m, which is 1 over 3, and then x minus my x value, which is right here, that 2. Okay, now you can use point-slope from a graph, from a table, and also from a set of ordered pairs. All you need is your point and your slope. So my slope, again, I'm going to look for my change in x over my change in y. So my change in y over my change in x. So my change in y here is -3. I'm subtracting 3. My change in x is adding 4. So again, if I look for change in y over change in x, my slope is going to be -3 over 4. Now, in this table, I have 4 different ordered pairs, 4 different points that I can pick. I can pick any one. So just pick one, and that's going to be your x and your y. And then again, now you have a slope, now you have a point, we just plug them in. So we've got y minus our y value, which is 7. That's going to equal our slope, which is -3 over 4. And then we just keep going. X minus the x value of our point, which is 2. Okay, that's how you find point-slope form from a table. And last but not least, if we had an ordered pair or pair of ordered pairs, you know I always like to create a table to find my slope. So I'm going to take that first ordered pair and write it, and my second ordered pair, and same thing. I'm going to find my slope, which is -3. I'm going to find my slope over here, -1. My change in y over my change in x is going to be -3 over -1, which would simplify to just be a slope of 3. And then again, I can pick any point I want. So it doesn't matter which one you pick, just pick one. Remember, this is your x and your y, and now we're just ready to plug in. A lot of substitution in this, but that's okay. So we've got y minus y1, which is 4. That's going to equal our slope, which is positive 3. And then we keep going here. Oops, trying to change colors. X minus, and my x value here of 3. All right, so that's what you need to know about point slope.